Hey, y'all, I'm back again for episode number 3. This is Jody from Fervor Voice. We're going to go ahead and get started real quick. I'm outside, so if you hear some chirping or a little bit of noise, that is why. I just wanted to kind of sit outside today. I'm feeling like being outside, so yeah, I'm going to record from outside today. So let's get started right away. This episode is about the word no. So, I know you might be thinking the word no that I'm talking about how to tell someone no or how to, exercise that complete sentence, the word no. That's not what I'm doing. So I wanted to make sure that we understood both ends of the word no. So with the word no, I think we all know how to give that. I think we all know how to say that. I think that sometimes we may be a little slow to say no or tell people no because of what we may think or what they may think about our response or how we may be perceived if we tell someone no, tell a friend no, how we may be perceived. That's going to happen anyway. We can talk about that at another time. But this no I wanted to talk about is the no from the outside. So being able to receive no. There's a totally different system going on with how to receive the word no or how to receive no in general. So let's get started on that. First of all, being able to receive or being able to understand the word no. For me, and that every time I give a perspective, it's from me, it's from whatever I have lived or whatever I've experienced. So receiving no for me has been understanding that it's coming from something, it's come from something greater. It's not just coming from a person's mouth per se, but it's coming from something greater. And that's what I wanted to focus on. We always or we constantly hear someone that's successful saying things like, well, you can do anything you put your mind to. If it's what you want to do and you do it, you can get there. You can succeed in that. I'm sorry. I have to dispel that because there have been some things that I have seriously wanted to do, and I have done many different things that I just, yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I want to do, and it just doesn't work out. I would love. I'm gonna go ahead and share this secret. I would love to be a singer. I'm never out anywhere singing in public. I'm never singing anywhere other than in the car. And no one would ever hear me singing unless it's a family member or somebody that I'm in the car with. And I'm not even going to sing loud because I know that I'm not a good singer. But that's what I would like. I would like that. I would love to be a singer on somebody's platform. I want to sing at somebody's wedding. That's what I want to do. But I'm not going to do the work to get there because I know that I have to do more than soul search. I'd have to do more than practice. I'd have to do more than pray. All of that. And I'm not going to do the work. The reason that's a no for me is because it has nothing to do with what I'm aligned with to do in my life. Like, it has nothing to do with what I was sent here to be. It has nothing to do with that. So that's what I wanted to dig into. That no. People who are trying to silence you from hearing the word no, I think personally, those are not the ones that you need to listen to. When people tell you you can do whatever you want, just put your mind to it. I need you to think about that. I need you to think about that. There are so many things that I can think of right now that I cannot do for several reasons. One is the mindset that I have, another is the experiences that I have had. So it won't allow me to do it. There was a time when I wanted to open my own charter school. And because I was in education, and because it was something that I truly love to do, I felt like, you know what? I have high expectations. This is what I love. I love to see kids grow. This is my jam. Like, this is my thing. So I felt like, you know what? I can open a charter school myself. So I got started on that. And I realized that a lot of the things that involved being a school owner, school leader, whatever, but being on the ground level there was something that I didn't want. In the first place, it takes a special kind of individual to be that. There are some things that go on the inside in schools, and I don't care what school it is. There are certain things that go on the inside that I'm not even going to discuss, that I don't even have thick enough skin to handle. I don't. So when I tried to get started with opening my own charter school and I started to see what it involved, I got a no. And it wasn't from a no from a person. It wasn't that. It was a no from something greater. I didn't listen to it initially. I just kept going and going and going. And there were forms and things that had to be filled out, and I got stressed out about filling out the forms and looking at other people's samples of how they did it, and oh, it's easy. Oh yeah, I did this and yeah, I did that. And it wasn't easy for me. I didn't find it to be easy at all. So that no came from a bunch of different places, a bunch of different directions. But I had in the back of my mind, oh no, you can do it, you can do it, you keep going, you can do it. Then it finally got to a point where I said, yeah, I don't even care anymore. I know me. I can get bored pretty quickly and let things go. If you are the head of a school, or if you are the person that started the school, you can't have that kind of mindset to whereas you say, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. There was my no right there. I just I just don't want to do it. I just wasn't interested in it. That's because it wasn't aligned with what I needed to do. At the time, what I needed to do was remain where I was, continue to grow as an individual, continue to grow as an educator, and continue to pour into those students that I had at the time. That was absolutely my calling at that time. Now, since then, I know that there have been different things that I have experienced, and now I see that there's something else for me. I'm not that person that believes that we have one purpose in life and we stay on that track our entire life. I don't subscribe to that. But I am that person that believes that whatever we need to be doing at that time, whatever we're called to do at that time, we need to focus on that and accept the no when the no is coming from something greater. So that in itself is even something that we have to figure out. Who's the something greater and what does it sound like? I think it sounds different for everybody. I think for me, it just comes in signs and it does kind of come in this thing where it's just so obvious. It just kind of falls a certain way for me where it's just like, oh, okay, that didn't need to happen that way. And I know it didn't need to happen that way because this door opened for me. So that's what I mean by a sign. It'll be a door that'll just open for me. And I just go into that door and it just opens up something new and bright and shiny. And that's the direction I should be going in at that time. So at that time, yes, that's that's what I needed to do. I needed to be in the classroom pouring in, understanding, establishing relationships, understanding what I needed to fix, realizing what was still rough around the edges as far as dealing with people and their different situations. I needed to get more of that work in. I needed to get a greater understanding. So when I did that, I knew that it was time for me to move on to something else. Looking back now, I'm so glad I didn't try to take on that whole school that that is a huge undertaking. And if I had tried to take that on, a lot of things probably would have happened that would not have allowed me to just keep moving forward the way that I'm moving forward now. A lot of things, just like the most recent traumatic situation that I had. What if I had been the leader of a school September 18th, 2021? That could have I can't even imagine. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even imagine. I'm not even going to imagine. But I do know that certain things in my life that happened for a reason and they directed me in that correct lane, but I had to listen. And when I listened, I did hear the no. No is not a bad thing. No is not a bad word. When you get a no or you receive a no, understand where it's coming from. If it's just coming from somebody that just, just, it's just somebody popping off, that's one thing. But when it's coming from something greater, listen to that no and discern or filter where it's coming from, because that's important. I think we all walk around with this mindset that we're just supposed to have fun in life. It's so much more than that. Fun, we do have fun. Yeah, that's important because that kind of keeps us, that gives us our reset, that gives us our charge to keep moving forward. But we all come here with a purpose. And if we keep making turns and chasing after everything that's shiny and chasing after everything that we see and see other people do and say to ourselves, "Oh, I can do that. Yeah, oh yeah, I can do that." That has nothing to do. It is not aligned with what you came here to do. And if you keep making those turns, you'll continue to waste time and continue to discourage yourself. So listen to what's being given, listen to the message that is coming to you. Keep your head clear. How do you keep your head clear? I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Stop with the social media addiction. I had to say it. I'm sorry. It is so necessary. Stop with the social media addiction. Social media is fun, but that should not be your life. It is fun, but it shouldn't be your life. If you're at a get together, you're at a dinner, or whatever, and you on social media at the table, you wrong. You are missing out on so much engagement, and you're channeling in on things that don't have anything to do with you. I get it. TikTok and all these other things that are so funny, you just tune into that to get a laugh. That I get. You tune into that to get a laugh. That I get. But when you have made that part of your life on a daily, when you go to somebody's house and you can't put your phone away, when you go to a restaurant and you can't put your phone away, when you're with your kids out doing things, whatever that could be, and you can't put your phone away, when you're out with your girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, wife, husband, when you're out and you can't put the phone away, it's gone too far. You don't even know what's going on with you. If you have to look at social media on a regular basis, you have lost sight of who you actually are. There are some people on social media, I know, I get it. They reinvent themselves and they do all these fun things and all this cool stuff, and it looks like something that aligns with you. It looks like it. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. I can't tell you what to do with your phone, but I will say that if you attach yourself to it, that's an ulterior that's not even the real world. It's really not. It's something that's created to entertain you, and that's all it should be, is entertainment. I understand that part about a business. I typically use social media for mine, but I'm not as comfortable with it as I should be. But mine is about reaching out to connect for my business. There are certain accounts that I don't have and I won't open up because it just doesn't align with what it is that I'm doing. But I am kind of gravitating towards some, opening up my mind to some. But right now, something greater is telling me no, because I have another focus. I have something that I have to do, and it's something that's important, and it's something that has to do with helping others and helping them to move forward in their lives. That's what I'm committed to. So please make sure that you commit to things that align with your life and align with what has to do with you. Because if you don't, you will find yourself chasing everything else and never ever finding out who you are. So recognize no, for what it truly is and listen to hear it from something greater, and don't take it as someone trying to tear you down, because it's not that. It's just something bigger trying to clue you in that this might not be you. And you don't have to chase and follow everything that you see that looks, appears, seems good. Work on aligning with the thing that you are here for. Work on aligning with your purpose. You'll never get tired of it. You'll never feel like you have to retire from it. You'll never feel like you're just out of sorts. But when you're chasing everything else, you will. That's my message for you. Make sure that you start looking at what it is you're here for. Start channeling in on what it is you're here for. Get out and get some sun and listen to the birds like I'm doing, like I'm about to keep doing. Anyway, make it about you. Be willing, be open to accept some of those messages that you probably don't want to hear. Be discerning of them, filter them out. Figure out where they're coming from, figure out why they came to you, because they came to you for a purpose, just like you're here for a purpose. So seek that purpose out, and all the doors will open. Thank you. I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope that you remain with me, stay with me throughout this process. It's about growing, it's about healing, it's about moving forward. Thank you, Fervor Voice. Hey, I'm back with the recap for episode 3. First things first, no is not a bad word. No is your direction when it comes from something greater. Not naysayers, not just people out there talking about what you can and cannot do. I'm not talking about those folks. I'm talking about no when it comes from something greater, where you get those signs where it's just like, wait a minute, this might not be right. But it could be. You just have to listen. You have to be able to, what? Discern. You got to be able to filter those things out. Next thing, social media. Be careful with social media, please. Don't make it your life, because it's not your life. There are some people who are amazing on social media and who should be there. Rightfully so. They should be there. Social media needs to be used for a purpose, but it shouldn't be your life. So a little entertainment there, that's fine. Some resources, that's fine. But it shouldn't be your life. Seek out those things that you like, the things that you like to do, that you would do whether you got paid for it or not. That's where you'll find out where you need to be. That's where you'll find out why you are here. You'll find out your purpose that way. You will not find it watching somebody else on social media. I remember Miles Monroe, it said years, forever ago, he'd actually asked, you ever seen a cow acting like a bird? Or maybe he said a bird acting like a cow. I don't remember which one, but I remember he compared the two. And I just laughed because I was like, that is crazy. Why would he say that? The reason he said that was because he was trying to push forward that thought process that animals come here knowing what their purpose is. They know what they're supposed to do. They do it, perfect it, that's it. Humans don't come here that way. Humans come here with every option, track you could possibly think of. But some way, somehow, we have to experiment, we have to try, we have to seek all these other avenues. But once we do that, once we find our niche or niche, however it is you want to say it, once we find that, we found our purpose. And once you find that purpose, you stay on that track and you perfect it, you won't get tired of what you do on a day-to-day basis. You won't feel like you have to stop doing it. You're too tired to do it. You'll do it because it's meaningful, because it's purposeful, and because it's what you love. That'll make a fulfilling life. That will make your life worth living. Find the light in your life, friends. That's all I got for you today. See you next time. Reach out to me on Facebook, email, or my web address. It's listed in the notes. See y'all soon.